What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video, we're going to be diving into the new Joe Jonas album. I'm really excited, not only because this is the newest album from him, but this is actually the first album from Joe Jonas that I've ever checked out. This is going to be music for people who believe in love. Now, I didn't realize it at the time, but when I started doing the singles back in August, they were all going to be leading up to this album. I actually thought that the first two songs he had put out were which was Work It Out and I think What This Could Be, which is my favorite of the singles. Those, I feel like those got put out and I thought they were just kind of like on their own. I didn't really know if we were gonna have an album coming. However, then Heart by Heart came out, and not only was that single incredible, but I actually was kind of thinking that might be what the whole album sounds like, not knowing that the other two tracks I already heard were going to be on here. Steven Math, just trying to decide what the album's going to sound like. Yeah, so I have been listening to those singles a lot, especially today leading up to this, because I always like to catch the vibe. You know what I mean? So like when I say like I don't like to react to the singles that we've already done, I have full videos on them. The reason I always say that is because oftentimes it's because I'm jamming those singles so much, like especially in preparation for sitting down to the album reaction, because I really want to get into the spirit of the album and the vibe of the album. So yes, I've been listening to these singles all day. And like I said, my favorite being What This Could Be out of the singles, even though Heart by Heart, I felt like that really was what I want this album to sound like. What This Could Be is just a whole fucking vibe. So beautiful. Anyways, I am rambling and we haven't even got into this thing. That's probably not good. Before we get to today's video, I'm just going to ask you guys to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I've been posting so much content over on Instagram, so if you guys want to come support me over there, follow me over there, it'd be so awesome. I will be putting my like top 3 favorite songs from this album. I'll make like a little reel to do it, just to, you know, promote the album, promote my video, you know, and just talk about more music. So if you guys want to see all that, it's just at Steven in Stereo. If you guys want to see the full uncut album listening party version of this video where we jam the entire album, it's not all chopped up or anything, you guys can check out Patreon. Not only do I have so much content over there, but as far as album reactions, I actually have the Jonas Brothers albums over there as album listening parties. So if you guys haven't seen any of my content, I actually dove into the Jonas Brothers discography, which was really cool. Very interesting to hear so many different sides of the Jonas Brothers, see that evolution, so many cool things. And I'm glad that I'm finally going to give Joe Jonas his moment here of appreciation, because the man deserves it. These vocals are incredible, especially that live version of Heart by Heart that he released. So good. Anyways, I am again ranting already. Oh geez. Okay, so like I said, the only thing we're not going to be reacting to right now is the 3 singles that were dropped, because I know them now. I know their heart by heart at this point. So we're going to dive right in. This first track is called Woven, featuring Domi and JD Beck, or Domi. Really inviting us into this thing, huh? Okay, this is a vibe. Even if no words come in, this is a vibe. I'm fucking here for it. This is Parachute. Oh. How are you breathing? Ooh, I had to turn that up. Yeah, elevation's higher in this feeling. Ooh, I am on this vibe. Only last a couple seasons. You'll be fine. Oh, the sense. Dancing in the cage with 30. I'll be fine, yeah. I'll be fine, yeah. Oh, this is the one. Oh, I dig that, because it's almost like I'm just gonna take life for like what it gives me at this moment. Even if I'm battling a lion in a cage, even if I'm stuck with 30 of them in a cage, I'm just gonna free fall in to see what happens and just kind of give it my best, you know, with my parachute, like have my little bit of safety net, whatever that case may be. Maybe it's like your mental attitude, or maybe you've just given up on having a lot of like barriers that kind of like hold you back from these moments where you should just free fall and let yourself feel those feelings. So I dig that, even if I'm completely wrong about it. Oh my god. That chord progression. Oh. You know I gotta take it back. I'm sorry. I love that. So good. This riff is fucking sick. Just a really good fucking synth right there. The raw key sound is so fucking good. Why do I love this so much? Oh, dude, I'm so into that song. I love the tempo of it. I love how just like energetic it is. And I really love Joe Jonas not only going into those high vocals and really showing that range. Again, it's my first like time really diving into an album, like a full collection of his that wasn't like the Jonas Brothers. I really love that those high vocals, and I really love that they also put them into like a Melodyne or whatever to be able to like put them into all kinds of crazy shit when that synthesizer is going too. Again, it just kind of like brings up that energy so much. Ooh, this is gonna be great. Also, the idea of just, you know, kind of free falling through life and kind of just taking things as they come. Like, you know, I think one of the scariest things you can do is like jump out of a plane, right? Or like parachute out of a plane, right? So like the idea of taking, you know, life in that sense too, and just kind of falling and let shit happen. You just got your parachute. All right, Joe, we got you. All right, Only Love.
Hey, it's a wild, wild, wild world. Fun place for a popular type of girl.
Ooh.
Yeah, shake your legs with your hands on my corduroys. Hey,
He's talking his shit now. Oh my God. Dude, the writing on this is great between the singles and what I'm listening to now. I really love the guitar work in this too. It's just like the perfect mood for this. Oh, that bass is sexy.
Hey, it's a cold, cold, cold night. She's looking at me through the bottom of a glass of wine. Hey, I'm down to fly south, but I don't want to pay my patient.
Yo, I'm super into him just kind of like talking his shit. It feels like it's a very cool approach to it, if you know what I mean. Like I feel like I can just picture him up against a wall, like 1 foot leaning, pleather jacket. You know, I'm not gonna push the leather here. Pleather jacket. He's maybe doesn't even smoke cigarettes, but he's got them for some reason with the slick back. I just like, that's the vibe I pick up when he kind of gives us this kind of fucking just approach on these lyrics like this. Like, all right, cool, dude. I fucking feel it.
Hey, I'm trying to keep my mind clean, but touch me in the right place and set me back to factory.
I'm trying to keep my mind clean, but touch me in the right places, set me back to factory.
Now that I'm here, just as I thought, you got my heart in the headlock. Now that I'm here, make the bed talk. It's only love. It's only
Now that I'm here, make the bed talk. It's just cool, right? Come on. Fuck. Hold on. Dude, he's playing in a space that I am always gonna support. That high note can get it every time. No.
It's only love. It's only love.
So I mouth bed, make the bed rock, which definitely is the same thing. Got to make it squeal talk somehow. Bed rock, bed talk. So this song to me, just based on what I'm hearing in the lyrics, it almost feels to me, and this, I'm probably wrong about this. This is my first time listening to this, so I hope everybody's wrong all the time so that I can feel normal. Anyways, so I kind of feel like this song is, it's almost like Joe overhyping like love. So it kind of seems like he's falling for this person who is touching him in the right places, who is kind of getting him turned on, or maybe he feels like he's very attached to this person. You know, I've got my heart in a headlock. I feel so like vulnerable to you. And it almost seems like the other person is kind of like, well, come on, come over here and make the bed talk. Like it's only love. Like almost as if it's more of like it's a thing, but it's also kind of a thing that everybody experiences. And maybe it's not this thing that you're making this big deal out of. Like I said, I'm probably wrong about that, but it does kind of feel like that. And I do really love the guitars in this. I'm actually, when I listened to Heart by Heart and what, I thought that's what this album was really gonna sound like mostly. I was picturing it to have a little bit more of like a country or bluegrass kind of inspo to it, and that might still happen more in this record. But so far it's got this really cool indie and like rock kind of edge to it, and I'm really into it. Even mixed a little bit of that pop rock sound too, which I think of like bands like the Rex when I hear some of this. Yeah. This is just like it's cool to hear him do that. And so when I hear that, like that guitar like fall in kind of lazily and have this like cool indie sound while he's kind of talking about the possibility that maybe he cares about love more. Again, maybe I'm wrong about that. I'm just gonna shut up. This is Honey Blonde. What was I saying before? This is what I thought the whole thing might sound like. Oh, that like rock sound too.
In the summertime, I'm smooth sailing.
His voice, dude, so sick.
On the inside, I'm exhaling.
Hear that country twang in there just a little bit. Oh, those backing vocals are beautiful. This sounds straight out of the 90s. Holy shit. Love that note right there. Kind of reminds me of like this kind of feels like something like Harry Styles would have put out. So sick. Oh, that note is so good. Tried to quit like cigarettes, but maybe just one more. Love that. That guitar, that southern mix with all like that like country mix with that southern rock kind of sound is so good here. Oh yeah, dude. The whole time. Oh, there's just something so beautiful about that too, because I don't know about you guys, but I definitely pictured myself just outside at like a farm. Yeah, dude, me at a farm, crazy, right? And I'm at a farm, the wind is just blowing in my hair, the sun is beating down, and there's something about hearing his like very soothing voice. This isn't the first time that Joe Jonas has actually given me this visual in my head. I mean, I have an exact place of where I'm thinking of, just a place that I grew up around. And it's so cool because I can like really feel it there. And I think there's something about his voice, and I think the way that he delivers over like a track that is both like very pretty sounding, especially that guitar riff, like it's shredding, right? It's fucking sick, but it's very pretty at the same time. And then you have Joe, who's just so soothing vocally, and it just really brings you to a place like that. And I just kind of felt like that was the experience through that. It was fucking cool. Yeah, I really love when he uses that little bit of southern influence or country influence in his voice. It wasn't like overpowering in this. There's just a little hint of it, but that with that little bit of rock edge is a really cool sound for him. And I'm always going to be interested in hearing more. It was one of the things I liked about Heart by Heart so much. All right, this is My Own Best Friend.
Cracks in the marble, like sapphire diamonds in the rough.
Is that him?
Like a circle.
I'm over here looking at the credits like I'm doing math. Wait, that's Joe singing right there? Let me just make sure, because he does have some features on here. Oh, wow, I'm into that.
Back to dust, things you can imagine.
Oh shit.
Remind you of what you've always said. Brand new frame, ghost in the mirror. Tell me a lie.
Oh my god.
If I'm supposed to be here, why do I cry now? Take
this is fucking so beautiful right here. Wait a minute.
page, same old picture, brand new frame. Ghost in the mirror, tell me a lie. If I'm supposed to be here, why do I cry now?
Oh my God, like not only is that beautiful songwriting, but Joe puts so much emotion into that, and that harmony that comes in the back. Oh my God, to be part of this songwriting session.
Why do I cry now?
Oh my God, that's
Take what's
good.
left and build a bridge again.
I'm genuinely impressed by this song right now. Because it's not even really like, even though I, say all that stuff about how I felt this is what this album was going to sound like, I did not know that it was going to hit to that level. Again, it's my first full Joe Jonas project. So for me, I'm not going to know, the depth of some of his musical, like interest or inspiration or what he does, but to hear just how beautiful this is, just again, multi-level. We're talking songwriting, we're talking delivery right here. This is just such a beautiful moment. I'm so into it. Oh man. Even just the way he delivers that line right there.
Take the steps to be my own best friend.
So broken, beautiful. Oh, dude, the guitar work on this is fucking exceptional.
Tell me a lie, if I'm supposed to be here, why do I cry now?
Oh, they knew with that one. Yes. God, they caught the fucking emotion of this so well. Okay. First off, second off, third off, what were that was so beautiful. That last section right there, the harmonies that I was loving so much, to get an a cappella section at the end is incredible. I don't see directly if that was any artist in particular that was featured. Like I said, there are a lot of features on here, but they all seem to be kind of obviously like listed here. So I'm very interested to hear more of whatever that just was. I feel like I need a live performance of this song immediately. It screams country radio in a way. Like I just recently went to a show at the Ryman, first time ever, and I feel like I could see Joe Jonas performing this song so massively there, if that makes any sense. And just with those harmonies, with that really beautiful guitar work, this would just be an incredible performance to see live. Oh my God. This next track is called Velvet Sunshine with Franklin Jonas. I'm going to guess that's the younger brother. One time I made a joke that I wanted to be the fourth Jonas brother, and then the first comment, like right away, was like, there's already a fourth one. So that day I learned I will never be anything. All right, this is Velvet Sunshine. Fucking right to it, huh? Yeah, dude, this sound is so cool. I love that guitar. I feel like I want more out of that chorus. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I feel like I'm listening to it. I keep thinking it's going to go into like a higher note or something. I feel like it just needs it a little bit. Like, I feel like one of the singles, God, this is what happens when I listen to him so many times today. Joe Jonas does this like really beautiful falsetto. It's like my favorite part of the song. It's like it's the highlight of the song. And I feel like a little bit of that maybe could have been used in the chorus, just a bit, because the verse is really fun and I do love how the chorus comes in, but the verse is a little bit grittier and it kind of makes you feel like the chorus needs a little bit of the grittiness. It almost seems too happy, even though this is like obviously in the key of happy, right? We are obviously talking about something that would be the most like comforting and yet wonderful thing, which would be like a nice warm ball of velvet, aka you know, the Velvet Sunshine, how beautiful that feels, how wonderful that like and comforting that feeling would be. So it makes sense that you'd want the song to be happy, but I felt like a falsetto could definitely have fit in there somewhere just to give you that extra bit of, and I think, yeah. Other than that, you know, I like the love aspect of it, and I like the fun aspect of it. But yeah, man, just a little bit. Give me a little bit. Give me a. I'm not gonna do it. I can't sing. That's why I hate criticizing people that can. All right, this song is called "Sip Your Wine," featuring Sierra Farrell. So my wife likes Sierra Farrell. My brother went and saw Sierra Farrell at Stagecoach. I'm supposed to see her at Lala. That's going to be fun, but I've never actually listened to her. So the people around me like her. So I'm excited for this song. And this is a cool collaboration. And I didn't know she was going to be on this album. So let's do it.
Coffee while I watch you sip your wine. 1,000 miles.
Oh, dude. Nice and dark.
Can be true.
Ooh.
Just not zooming out. New perspective. Looking glass. Taught me lessons. I'm learning two things can be true.
Love little moments in the production like that. Just a little bit of layering on his voice right there. It just like adds so much to this already perfect vibe.
Learning two things can be true.
This feels like the desert. Driving through the desert at night. That's what this song gives me.
She's like the seasons, day by day. You got the reasons why I stay.
Oh, nice old sound in her voice.
Zooming out. New perspective. Looking glass.
Joe Jonas is back on that cool shit when he does that. That is the same vibe that I was getting in Only Love as well. This just very like nonchalant, cool guy kind of vibe. Back in his greaser look. I'm so into it.
Oh.
That right there. Come on. I'm gonna play it one more time just in case they don't do the chorus one more time because I really love that note from him. Just that run in general.
Let's watch the sun come up this time.
Oh my God.
I'm not scared of love this time.
This is so fucking beautiful that I have to start it over. This is like the downside. This is the downside of doing reactions sometimes is like, if this were me and this was just me, I guess it is just me. Hi, this is what I do when I listen to music. I fucking rewind it in parts I really like. This part in particular is just so beautiful. The lyrics hit so good. The visual is absolutely here. Music should give you an imagination if you don't already have one, and this part does that.
This time I'm not scared of love this time.
Oh, the atmosphere.
Shutting desert, drinking coffee while I watch you sip your wine. Starting to like this thing called life.
This is so good. This album is great.
Drinking coffee while you sip your wine.
That was just too good not to listen to more than once. You gotta listen to it more than once. Oh, I'm so into it. Oh man. And like just basing it, just go off vibe alone and sound alone. This is an incredible piece of work right here. I love this. I love Joe in this song so much. Sierra's got this cool, like old soul kind of sound to her, this classic kind of sound that just classic kind of sound that just sounds so good on this instrumental. And I love the two of them together. Like I said, you know, I grew up, like I lived in Las Vegas for a lot of years, and there is like this feeling when you were out in the desert in the evening and there's like a very like, very calm breeze kind of coming through. And this song absolutely makes you feel that. Based on the lyrics, I couldn't quite tell if this was, because he mentioned something like, I learned that two things can be true. And it kind of made me feel like, we're sitting in the desert. I'm drinking coffee while I watch you sip your wine. Like maybe two different kind of personalities. Like maybe, one is pretty amped up and one's just trying to be calm. I don't know if that's trying to play into maybe the personalities of the two people that are kind of willing to sit and watch the sunrise and give love a chance, which is kind of what seems like is going here. Or, if maybe that is, I don't know anything about Joe Jonas. So, yeah, I mean, that'd be a really interesting line if he was somebody who was like maybe on a path of sobriety or something, because that'd be very interesting to be like, hey, I can sit out in the desert and just drink on some coffee and have a good time while you drink your wine, and we can have this wonderful life together because I'm kind of enjoying it. So, again, a lot of ways you can take this, but I do really love the vibe of this so much. And that last little section of vocals, just so beautiful. Also, just Joe annihilates the voice throughout this entire thing. I just love him in the chorus of this. I just feel like that run that he does, that to me is just like, it stuck in my head immediately and made me feel very good. So thank you very much, Joe. This is very good, by the way. Okay. This next track is called Hey Beautiful. Featuring, I made the text on this so small, and for what? So Luann and Tiny Habits. Well, I have Tiny Habits then. All right, here we go. Hey Beautiful.
Angels found a word to catch a sight of you. First time I saw you, I changed my mind.
Oh, such a good line. Oh, let's take that back. Yes.
Never do. There's a list of things for love I never do. First time I saw you, I changed my mind.
That's really how it happens too.
Hey, beautiful, all I do feel. Give you my life and my heart on a string.
Oh, soft harmony.
More could I need? More could I need? More could I need?
Oh my God. You could get lost in this. What?
Puis il a fallu que tu me frôles.
Hey, beautiful.
Was that French?
I do feel.
That's how uncultured I am.
But you're my word.
So many vocal layers. Oh my God.
More could I need? More could I need?
Oh, this is just audible heaven here.
I'll be with you wherever you are.
Come on. I mean, this is an album that is so inspired by love. It's not even funny. And this song just spills that. I just spit everywhere because I am spilling the love. It spills that all throughout this. If you can't feel that, I don't even know what to tell you in that moment, because he found a way to channel love in such a great way in this. I really love how even just that line at first where it's like, I have a list of things that I was never willing to do for love. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. But you made me change my mind. And that really, anybody who's ever really fallen in love, you know exactly what that means. That is what happens whenever you find the right one, is that nothing is really off limits of what you're willing to do for them, for that love, and to show your love and appreciation and admiration and all those things. And to capture that feeling lyrically, but also through the sound, was really incredible in this. And Joe sounds, again, so fucking beautiful and angelic on this, but it helps having these very deep layers of vocals like we're getting in this. The production on this just sounds so beautiful. And again, Luann, very beautiful verse. I was very confused at first because I couldn't tell if I couldn't understand what she was saying or if she was speaking a different language. Obviously, at some point I picked that up, but it just sounded so beautiful. But definitely I was a little confused at first, like, oh shit. But of course, like, French, very beautiful language, so it makes sense to have that here. But I just really love how again how deep those harmonies will go, because when the vibe of this song, when the overall feeling of this song just signifies love in such a beautiful way, I just feel like you can get lost in those vocal melodies and runs, which is exactly what happened numerous times in this song. I just felt like it's such a dreamy song. Come on, y'all know. I don't even have to over explain this. Y'all know. All right. Now I'm a rambling man here. All right. What We Are featuring Luisa Sonza. Oof. That bass.
At school, but you're cool, little heartbreaker, making all the boys cry. Don't lie, don't lie. Look back, we are. Here's a lie. Tell you what, we are not
A lot of, I don't know if you guys have noticed this yet. Maybe you have. There's a lot of vocals used in this, like a lot, even just with the little chord progression right there. There's vocals that are harmonizing those too. You really love to see it.
Tell you what,
Oh, wait a minute. That little note right there? True. We heard it. Oh yeah.
Sunburn real and everything feels so good. It should've been right. Wait to let it be right.
Oh, that vibe was great.
Be right.
Little swag on there.
É olho no olho que se entende. Ferida que dói não se sente. Nós dois.
Such a beautiful language.
Nós dois.
Perfect for music, by the way. I don't like, this is definitely on me. I don't know why I feel like it's supposed to drop into something bigger than that right there. That's definitely on me.
Saber tudo que eu tinha, todas as frases clichês.
Like it's the perfect time though to be like
Pra você.
another instrument or something. You know, something like that. Oh, okay, here we go. Ooh. All right, here's what I would have done in that song. And I don't know anything, but here's what I would have done. I felt like after Luisa's verse, where I needed that drop, that's where that solo should have came in with that verse. It would have sounded really beautiful, and maybe cut the song by 30 seconds and just like have another like 10 seconds just kind of play out with them vibing off of each other's vocals. I think that would have been perfect. And the only reason I say that is because this song, especially with Luisa, I feel like she brought like this level of attitude to this song in a way. There's this like really cool kind of approach that she takes, and I feel like the instrumental just like didn't quite catch up with how cool she sounded on this. So you kind of, my brain kept kind of wanting to hear like that next thing. Yeah, I think that would have been so sick because I love those parts very much. And again, Luisa, just beautiful section there. All right, this is You Got the Right.
Every night I count my lucky stars, 'cause you got the right, you got the right. Darling,
Ooh.
our love is written.
Okay, can you imagine seeing him play that live though? You know that he would be like, all the lights are off and he's playing that section right in the beginning, and then as soon as he hits like that big note right there, like on the guitar or whatever, everything would light up and this fog's coming back and Joe's back on stage. Love it.
Stars, 'cause you got the right, you got the right.
Lights on.
You got the right to take my heart. You got the right
Ooh.
to break it apart. Every night I count my lucky stars, 'cause you got the right, you got the right. You got the right to find someone new.
Ooh.
You got the right to do what's right for you.
I love that because that is so real in love right there. It's, I'm not going to let somebody walk all over me, or I'm not going to let somebody break my heart. That's true. You shouldn't let somebody do that. But what Joe's trying to say is he's put so much trust into this person that they have the right to do whatever they want. Maybe they choose not to, which is the nice thing. But the point is you kind of lay it out all out on the line, kind of like we were talking about in Parachute, where that vulnerability, you're just so put out there that you're kind of like, it'd be so easy for you to fall into any kind of heartbreak or any kind of sadness, but you just put full trust into somebody. Hopeless romantic, that Joe Jonas. Oh yeah. I don't know the words, but I feel like I do. Ooh, that low vocal. Yeah, buddy.
Cause you got the right, you got the right.
Yeah.
Someone know you got the right to do what's right for you. You got the right to break it all apart. Every night I count my lucky stars. Cause you got the right, you got the right.
So I don't know if that was like the original recording of it or if he wanted to have a raw thing in it, but I think it's really cool because it hits even more in the meaning of the song. And maybe I'm thinking way too much into this, but to me, there is so much vulnerability in this song because, again, just like in Parachute, there is something about just letting loose, letting go, and kind of just like letting what's going to happen. And if you fall into love like that so much that you put yourself in that vulnerability, you're in a very raw and emotional state. So having him intro and exit with that feels very intentional, even if I'm overthinking it. I really like the song, again, mostly because I really love the meaning of those lyrics. I just think there's something so special about honing in on the idea of falling completely into love with somebody and having to trust them with everything. That is a lot. But of course, Joe sounds beautiful in this, and I love him in this style of music so much. But every song that I hear, all I can do is wish that we were watching it live. I think I'm just getting so spoiled. I feel like I just spent how long in Nashville seeing so many bands, and it was just such a beautiful moment, but it just really makes you realize that nothing beats live music. And I think that Joe made this because he wants to perform it. So hopefully that's something he'll be doing. I know the Jonas Brothers are like always on tour, so I don't know how Joe Jonas will even have time, but he should make it for us because the vibe is high. You got the right, Joe. You do. All right. This is the last track we're checking out. I don't know if it was officially the last track on the album. I think it is, though. It's called Constellation. And yeah, let's do it. This has been quite a ride. Kind of a sucker for a palm mute. Oh, that note. Hell yeah.
I felt every fear till the fear ran out. I felt every pain, but we made it somehow. Built a monument, saw it all fall down. Saw a brand new shape and a brand new sound. Everything I lost,
oh my God, let's go.
I found, lose it all again, just to be here now. It's the constellation.
Oh shit. So is he trying to imply there that he's really just like leaving it up to the stars, just letting the universe kind of work out what's going to happen? Because obviously, like leading up to this album, I understand that Joe went through something very publicly, and the loss of love like that, or maybe not the loss of love, but to lose a relationship like that, to go through divorce, any of those things, that's got to be so hard on you, no matter what your relationship was like. You know, I just feel like that would be so hard on anybody. And it almost kind of seems like in this album, there's a lot of talk. I don't want to like interrupt too much of the song, but it's specifically what he just said. There's a lot of talk in this album about kind of like letting go and like just kind of seeing what happens. Parachute just, immediately to mind. There's a lot of this idea of like not holding on to what you think should be or what might be or what could be. None of us fucking know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to happen We don't know what's going to happen. The end of the world could be today, it could be tomorrow. You never fucking know, right? So I think what he's trying to say is like, I'm just going to leave love up to the stars. I'm going to leave it all up to whatever is supposed to happen is going to happen, because it's out of my control and I have to learn to accept that. And maybe that's where he's starting to appreciate love more, is that he's starting to just let go of what he thinks it's supposed to be and just letting himself feel what he's supposed to feel, or at least that's where his mindset is. Back to Constellation. Shut the fuck up, Steven. Here.
What's good? What's still there?
Yes.
I felt every fear
Oh my,
till the
that
fear
build up.
ran out. I
I'm
felt
stage
every
diving.
pain, but we made it somehow. Built a mind. It's
Fuck.
the
Oh.
constellation. Could've seen it all before.
Oh, I'm learning the words to this ASAP. I need to sing this one. Beautiful. Fuck yes. Really good about making you see the music a lot. Like, this album feels very visual to me.
Chemicals behind. It's the constellation. Could've seen
I don't know the words.
some stars they burn out, and some come back around. It's the constellation.
Wow. That song just felt so visual to me again. I really love the storytelling aspects of this, because it has really built some really great landscapes out of these songs. I'm so into that. I don't care how dumb that just sounded. Like, I really feel that. Like, I feel like I'm sitting out in the desert looking at the stars with Joe Jonas, being told what may or may not happen based on the stars, and if they're aligning, and if everything's, you know, within Orion's belt and all that good shit. No, in all honesty though, I really, this is not the first time that he talks about the stars either in this, which really makes me believe that he's kind of up to this idea of just letting it all kind of play out and see what happens in the universe. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And some stars maybe burn out, but some will come back around. That love, maybe it's over. You know, the monuments that you built that fell and were destroyed, maybe that is gone. Maybe that burned out, but maybe that next love that you find, or maybe that love can pop back around into your life. You never know. You have to leave things open and maybe not be so closed off to it. And really, just listening to this entire album just now, that is the exact feeling I have of this whole record. It is Joe Jonas letting us know that he is no longer going to be, you know, living within the means of what he thinks love is supposed to be, or what we define love as. He's looking at more so, I am not going to maybe think so heavily into what it is or what it's not, or how I'm supposed to feel, or any of these things. I'm just going to leave it all up to the stars, aka I'm going to maybe let go a little bit and maybe open up a little bit. It seems like he's very vulnerable in this. And again, it's my first album reaction to a Joe Jonas album, so that vulnerability may be ever present. I just haven't heard it in a full collection until now. And there's something about the vulnerability in this album which does feel very open to me. It does feel very willing to just be who you are and see what happens with that. And, you know, I bring it to reference so many times, but here we are again. Parachute gave me that feeling. There was something about him saying that he's essentially willing to take the fall with his parachute and just like let life happen. And I think that from there on, we really got this journey of not only a lot of just like self-reflection, you know, again, somebody who has gone through a very, you know, intense breakup the way that he did, you know, intense divorce. There's a lot to that. It's very complex. And I feel like there is a lot you have to go through and a lot of repairing that you have to do, you know, and there's a lot of work that has to be done. And I feel like because of that situation, or maybe past situations, you will develop a outlook on what you think love is like. but letting go, I think, is such a beautiful thing. And just seeing what the fuck happens, you know, you're going to learn so much about yourself. That self-reflection throughout this album is so real. And again, just having that vulnerability and being able to open up in that way and express that you love love and you want to be happy and you're willing to take the risk and whatever it does to be able to feel true love, maybe for the first time, or maybe again, you never know, but you're willing to take the risk. And songs like Sip Your Wine obviously give that vibe so much. The idea of, you know, them sitting out in the desert, talking to each other, learning about each other, and being willing to just let whatever happens, happens. If it's love, it's love. If it's not, you know, it's not, but willing to be there and actually try to experience that. I thought that was really beautiful. I also feel like the song, like My Own Best Friend, you know, with a lot of what Joe went through, it can feel very lonely, but if you can't be a good version of yourself or your best friend, if you can't be somebody who can comfort yourself through things or just make you a stronger person overall, it's very hard to be a good partner, because like they always say, you know, you can't really love somebody unless you love yourself. And that's true, because you have to be able to give that energy to somebody. And this song, that song to me, maybe I'm wrong about it, but it kind of gave me those vibes a little bit of like just being okay with yourself. But overall, I just really love anytime there's an inspiration of love, you know, Viva Love. Like I love love. You know, when American Nightmare did We're Down Till We're Underground. I'm trying to make sure that the poster is actually back there. Which is the Candy Hearts poster. It's an album very much inspired by love. Taylor Swift's Lover album, one of my favorite albums of hers. Again, an album fully inspired by love. I will always be a fan of that. I think it's cool to celebrate love. Music's a great way to do it. And specifically with people that we know have had heartbreak publicly. I think there's something about that heartbreak that is brought into this with that country western sound that is present on several of these tracks, mixed with that rock sound that is very present, and even throwing in a little bit of that indie sound and some of that stuff. Is really cool to hear the soundscape of this, because it was very interesting. And while it did play on a lot of the things that I was expecting to hear, it also took some journeys I really wasn't expecting. And I thought that was really cool. There were like a handful of nitpicks I had when it came to a couple of the songs, mostly just like, oh, I wish I would have had some more Joe vocals here, or I wish we would have shortened the song and did something a little bit different. But like, again, these are nitpicks on a great album, because overall, I really felt like what Joe Jonas was attempting to deliver to us in the message was received. And I think that anybody who loves love and feels that inspiration of love can feel that song, or can feel that feeling throughout this entire album. So I love this thing, no pun intended. I really do. And I thought this was great. And now I really need him to release more live videos. You know, Heart by Heart was such a great live video. And now I feel that I was absolutely spoiled by that, because now that I've listened to the record, I really feel like he should do a one night only and kind of just put this thing out there, and maybe have the people that are on this record that are featured, maybe actually just have them attend. It'd be a really cool special, be a really nice thing to, you know, you could even sell copies of it. We'll all buy a copy of it, dude. I just want to like see some of these songs performed live specifically. And the reason I'm harping on making sure to have the people there is I really want to hear Sip Your Wine live. I really want to hear the two of them harmonize their little souls out, because I felt like that was such a great sound for this record. Ultimately, one of my favorite moments. But I'm not going to tell you what my top 3 are. I'm actually going to post it on Instagram, so that way I can listen to it a few more times before I just trying to do something a little bit new here, right? So I am going to jam this thing more as I edit and jam it more on my own. And then hopefully either today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, I'll post my top 3 favorite songs as of where I'm at with listening to it. So you guys can see that. So if you guys are interested in all and seeing that, make sure to follow me on Instagram at Steven in Stereo. But overall, this is a great fucking album. I hope you guys enjoyed jamming the album listening party with me. Obviously we didn't jam the singles, but those are also included in my top 3. So if that gives you any hint, there's one of those songs that I can't get enough of. Even after listening to this whole record, I still felt like we could have jammed it again. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys want the album listening party, you guys can check out Patreon. Links in the description. Make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Instagram. I love y'all so much. Hope you enjoyed this record. Y'all can let me know your top 3 in the comments section. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.